Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a part of a series that I've been creating. We're kind of celebrating the new Bloomburrow set that's come out by taking a look at what I think are the top 10 cards of these rarities that you see in the Bloomburrow set. So please watch the other videos that are a part of this set. We did one for the masterpieces, we did one for the mythics. This is of course going to be for the rares, and the next one that's coming up is going to be about the top 10 cards for the commons and uncommons. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed these videos. Alright, so let's dive right in. Here are the cards that I think are the top 10 rare cards in Bloomburrow, and they're coming out in no particular order. So here's the first one, Hearthborne Battler. Now this is one that I like a lot. I mentioned that in the video that I did for the spoiler. If you've been paying attention to the spoiler series and the entire spoiler season that we've put out, we worked really hard on it, and you can see good cards, you know, kind of like this one here. This is a really good card. It says when your opponent casts a card, deal 2 damage to your opponent's planeswalker, and that really is going to help you against cards that come out from your opponent's hand. And like I said, you're going to want to play this one with Torch the Witness. And really, this is a great card to defend against maybe these omniscient decks, right, that have the omniscient card and will just cycle tons and tons of cards at you. I like this one against decks that involve Prism Array. I think we all know what the Prism Array card does. It helps your opponent to draw cards every time there's a big match, like a 4 match or a 5 match. And you see a ton of those in these legacy decks where you just got to put Prism Array and then a couple of cards that will just convert gems. So this is going to definitely help to slow down and defeat opponents that use those kind of infinite loop kind of decks. So excellent card here. I really like this one a lot. Okay, here's the next one. Alania Divergent Storm. Otter Wizard, when you cast a spell card for the first time each turn, your opponent gains 5 loyalty. Then create a copy of that spell in your hand. That copy gains full mana. I do like this one because you'll be able to cast a card, then you're going to get a copy of it, so that's going to be helpful. I would use this with spell decks that just usually revolve around one big spell. That's going to be just an incredible addition to this. Yes, your opponent is going to get the 5 loyalty, but you know what? If it's a spell that's worth it, then you're going to be able to have a huge advantage. So I do like this one here. Alania the Divergent Storm. Cool. Alright, here's the next one. Fen Green Shell. This is a 4/6 creature with reach. Elemental turtle you see here. When this creature enters the battlefield, it gets +X/+X. X is the number of green gems on the board. When a creature with toughness greater than its power enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. If that card is a land, that card gains half its mana rounded down. Okay, so with this one, this is a really interesting one, obviously, because you get that big buff here, the XX. Kind of what I would try to do is see if there's a way you can play this multiple times in a turn. That's going to really just help this one get really, really big and nasty. I would probably try to see if there's a Gather the Pack and then a nice big mana conversion that's going to help you to drop a few of these in one turn. That's kind of what I would do here. Okay, let's take a look at the next one, Innkeeper's Talent. This is a support card. When you match a loyalty gem by swap, increase this card's level by 1. At the beginning of the combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +1/+1. Then perform one of the following effects according to this card's level. If you have 2 or more, you can reinforce the creature that you chose earlier. If you have 4 or more, gain the 6 loyalty. So really, this is an interesting one. I haven't play tested this one yet. What I think is going to happen is if you have a 4 or more, I'm going to guess that you get the 2 or more and the 4 or more both together, kind of like Spree. You get the top one and then the ones that are after it, or the cheaper ones as well. So that's going to be really cool. I look forward to using this one and just using it to just grow creatures really, really big. So yeah, excellent card. Green's always been good about growing creatures really big, and green continues to be good here with this one. Okay, here's the next one, Azura Beast Binder. This is a rat rogue. When this creature attacks, destroy a random opposing support. If you can't, destroy a random opposing creature, then create a bat token. These bat tokens are not huge. You can see them here, but you know what? The power of this card is these abilities here, this first part, right? Every time this one attacks, you'll be able to destroy a support. If there are no supports, you'll be able to destroy a random creature. So that's really good for defense, especially with the blue. A lot of times blue, you'll see the return creature to opponent's hand kind of a thing. And this one just says, no, we're not doing that. We're just going to get rid of it altogether. So excellent card here, as long as your opponent doesn't have any supports. That's a really good one. Okay, here's the next one, and I think this is probably the best land that we have out right now. Somebody asked me that. Copper Thief asked me that. He's a guy in my coalition, good guy, lots of good decks he puts out. And he asked me, hey, what's the best land that we have now? And I think it might be this one. See, at the time I didn't have a great answer because I didn't use a ton of lands to convert gems. Like I said in the previous video, I'll go with Cryptex or a Leyline of the Guild Pack. But really, this is a really good land. This is one that will probably make it into a lot of my decks. 3 Tree City. At the beginning of your turn, if you have at least 3 different creatures that share a type in your library, gain 10 mana, otherwise gain 5 mana. So I like this one. What I would do is use them in these tribal decks, right, that you got creatures that are all the same types, and then this one is going to help you with that mana gain. This is going to be good whether you use it or not in that kind of a way, because you get that free mana. But I would just try to make sure this one gets into decks that have either a ton of vampires or maybe these demon creatures that are kind of like Rakdos is a good one, and then you'll get the mana going. So really cool. Okay, here's the next one, Bailin the Haymaker. It's a rabbit warrior. At the beginning of your turn, if you control a creature token, draw a card. Then this creature gets +X and gains trample until the end of your turn. X is the number of creature tokens you control, including their reinforcements. So this is one that I would definitely use with obviously big token decks, right? Lots and lots of tokens. This is going to be a really big buff that you can gain on a great deck like that. And I just say, keep an eye out on this channel. I'm going to definitely use this one to build decks kind of like I just mentioned. Really, really cool here. Okay, here's the next one, Emberheart Challenger. It's a mouse warrior. Prowess, reinforce this creature. Heroic, exile the top 4 cards of your library. Then return a random card from your exile to your hand. That card gains half its mana. I gotta just point out here this Prowess ability. This is an interesting one here. This is an older ability, but this one is a one that's extremely useful if you can get it going in a deck that really works this Prowess ability here, right? You can see on your screen it triggers whenever you cast a non-creature card. So obviously this might go in some nice decks with Sarkhan the Unbroken, where you got the blue that's going to help you to draw cards. You got green that's going to help you convert gems and make matches, and then that's going to help fill your hand. And it's kind of like one of those decks, I'm sure you've seen them out there. They do that infinite loop, right? If you got an infinite loop kind of a deck, a lot of times they'll have these conditions met. And this is going to get it to be a big creature. And guess what? It's got the haste already, right? So that's exactly what I would do with this one. In fact, like I said with the last one, as soon as I get this one, guys, keep an eye on this channel, because I'm going to be putting out a deck to kind of work with that ability, because I think this is an excellent card. Okay, here's the next one, Iridescent Lasher, a lizard assassin. Landfall, your opponent loses life equal to this creature's power. So obviously with this one, what I would try to do is maybe go with green, the Leyline ability. Leyline's nice because you can get a big buff to this creature. It's going to be nice and quick. If you guys like Leyline, you kind of know what I'm talking about. And then I would put this one also in a deck that converts a lot of gems to green, because hopefully you'll be able to hit this landfall, right? And then if you got the Leyline, this one's going to be big already. If it's a green landfall, that's going to be nice. You're going to get this guy big and do damage to your opponent. What I would definitely try to do is just put this one in a deck that has a ton of landfalls, right? Because if you can get this guy big and hit maybe 2 landfalls in a turn, that's going to be a lot of damage. That's going to be no joke. You could put hopefully whole decks of cards together just around this card here. So really cool one there. All right, here's the last one here, Osteomancer's Adept. And it's a dog playing with all the bones that he got. Cool stuff. Anyway, it's not a dog, it's a squirrel. Squirrel Warlock. Activate 2 black. Pick one of the first 3 cards from your graveyard. Fetch that card. Then that card gains half its mana, rounded down. I do like this, as I mentioned. I like cards that will give you the fetch because I'm a big combo player, right? Combo players, we really want certain cards out together and fast, right? And if you can get a combo out really fast, a lot of times your game's over. You're going to win that one. And this is going to help you because it has that fetch. You're going to be able to just activate some gems, get those fetches going, and then get the cards that you need just really hopefully fast. And that's really what I would try to do. Anyway guys, hope you guys liked this video. Check out all the videos for this series where we go over the top cards for each of the rarities. And while you're at it, like and subscribe, share with all your friends. It really helps the channel. Good gaming, guys.